Right now, Sleaze, brought to you by Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can expect the best.
Tell me how uncomfortable this is. Taylor Sheridan, who is the creator of Yellowstone and a million other shows, is suing star Cole Hauser, who plays Rip, one of the biggest stars on the show, suing his coffee company for trademark infringement.
I thought this was a bit when I saw it. This is for real.
So Taylor Sheridan has Bosque Ranch. He filed a lawsuit in northern Texas against Cole Hauser's Free Reign, saying they were too similar. Unbelievable. I guess it was sort of the reflecting the cowboy way of life.
Well, it's worse than that.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yes.
These logos.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. It's got the overlaid, almost like the Colorado Rockies baseball hat, like the C and the R, they're kind of overlaid. And that, I mean, it looks so similar. Why would you do that?
It's really bizarre. And according to documents, Bosque Ranch is seeking a trial by jury. Whoa.
Yeah, well, we know who's not going to be on the show anymore or any of his future shows.
Don't you think that's so uncomfortable? Because Cole Hauser, like, everyone loves Rip.
That's just dumb. Why go there? You're already making a fortune on the show.
Somebody else started a business, Barnes.
Who?
A food truck. His name's Bradley Cooper.
I saw that.
Danny and Coop's Cheesesteaks food truck in New York City. He was working in the food truck. His ex, Arena Shack, showed up. That's who he has a child with. And then his current flame, supermodel Gigi Hadid, showed up as well. But it was funny watching him. Did you see the photos? He's in the food truck.
I saw the video.
Making the cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I saw the video. The only problem is you're in a food truck, so you don't see him because he's not even on the front line. He's all the way in the back of the truck on the grill.
I know. We need to see. I mean, if Bradley Cooper's going to be inside the food truck making the cheesesteaks, we want to see you.
Yeah, this dude's all in on Philly, everything. So I get it, but put the dude at the window, not with his back to the window and the grill.
I have some of the best quotes from Taylor Swift's Person of the Year interview. Some big revelations and a smackdown on Kim Kardashian. Have you seen this?
No.
Well, one was about just going to the games. I'm just there to support Travis. I have no awareness of if I'm being shown too much and pissing off a few dads, Brads, and Chads. That was a great quote, I have to say. Right?
I like the people who are trying to get selfies with her that are in the crowd, and then there's the people filming the people trying to get selfies with her in the crowd.
She said, I don't know how they know what suite I'm in. There's a camera like a half mile away, and you don't know where it is, and you have no idea when the camera is putting you in the broadcast. So I don't know if I'm being shown 17 times or once.
Come on, Taylor.
She's just going to have a good time.
She's wearing an electric red jacket. It's not too hard to find her.
She did say, football is awesome, it turns out. I've been missing out my whole life. But Barnes could have told you that.
I want to know what she got paid from the NFL. This is a full-on endorsement.
She did say that they started seeing each other when he put me on blast on his podcast, which I thought was metal as hell. So they've been seeing each other for a while, is basically what she said. We were hanging out right after that, so we actually had a significant amount of time that no one knew, which I'm grateful for because we got to know each other.
Isn't that crazy that he just, like, in a passing, riff just says, I'm going to make her a bracelet. He was going to make those little bracelets.
That's how it started.
And then all of a sudden he's dating her.
And then, of course, she went on to talk about, make no mistake, my career was taken away from me. You have a fully manufactured frame job in an illegal recorded phone call, which Kim Kardashian edited and then put out to say to everyone that I was a liar. Oh. That took me down psychologically to a place I've never been before. I moved to a foreign country. I didn't leave a rental house for a year. I was afraid to get on phone calls. I pushed away most people in my life because I didn't trust anyone anymore. I went down really, really hard.
I forgot about all that.
And did you know that ever since this interview a few days ago, people have been going on Kim Kardashian's Instagram, putting the snake emoji.
Don't get the Swifties after you. And when Jimmy gets in here, I want to roll out, I love the lists at the end of the year. Oxford University just coined and said what their word of the year is, and I will tell you, Swiftie was one of them in the the top few. We'll see if it made it or not.
Interesting.
But we'll run through that with Jimmy when he gets in here.
I don't know if you saw this sad story, but Shannon Doherty claiming she found out her husband of over a decade was having an affair right before undergoing surgery to remove a brain tumor.
Just awful.
During the premiere of her Let's Be Clear podcast, she's recalling dealing with her divorce while simultaneously battling stage 4 cancer at the beginning of this year.
I couldn't go into that surgery with him there. I felt so betrayed. At the end of the day, I just felt so incredibly unloved by someone I was with for 14 years.
Can you imagine your husband or wife of 14 years, you get a brain tumor, you're about to go to surgery, and all he cares about is getting off with the person he's cheating with?
I couldn't believe this story.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Because of all, the writer's strike, it's causing, as you know, the scheduling is weird, but I guess now, Hollywood strike, we won't see the third season of Max's and Just Like That until 2025. This is going to happen to a lot of shows. That was confirmed in a promo released earlier, but it is confirming, good news, that previously announced 2025 premieres for HBO's Euphoria, The White Lotus, and The Last of Us are confirmed. But we have to wait forever.
It's coming in hot now, and the auditions have started back up again because, we, SAG, we were on strike for all that time. And it's interesting to see them roll. I got one this week last night. I can't say because I had to sign an NDA. It's one of the biggest shows on TV that I auditioned for, and I guess if I get it, I can say what it is. But let's just say it films in Atlanta and it's a big show. What does that tell you?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that films in Atlanta.
Well, one of the biggest.
One of the big
ones. I wish I could say it, but my point is these shows are rushing. Normally at this time, everything is shut down. Like it's starting to wind down and everyone's going to peace out. Hollywood shuts down after Thanksgiving and comes back in the new year, but it's full throttle now.
I always hate hearing these stories years later about how an actor that you thought was maybe a good guy wasn't. Casey Wilson, who starred with Tim Allen in The Santa Claus, had an interview in Variety during a recent episode of her. I don't know if you've seen her podcast, Bitch Sesh.
No, but I like the name.
It's a great name. She's the star of Happy Endings. She said, working with Tim Allen on the Disney show was the single worst experience I've ever had with a co-star. Yikes.
Never heard that about him.
Yeah, she claimed that everybody was walking around on eggshells. He was done filming. He was so blanking rude. He never made eye contact, never said anything. It was uncomfortable. I never heard that about Tim Allen.
Never.
Had you?
Nope.
Yikes. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Remember we were talking about the tour next year and how they were adding everybody?
Yeah.
Did you see them canceling a mystery illness in the band? A mystery injury?
Yeah, they've gone all HIPAA on us. They're not telling us who and what. No one knows what happened.
Yeah, sidelined for 6 weeks. And they were supposed to play that big, the radio station in L.A., K-Rock. They were supposed to play their almost acoustic Christmas concert this weekend. Had to cancel.
Well, but 6 weeks, that to me sounds like a break. You know what I mean? Like
it does sound like a break.
It's so definitive because that's always the number you hear when someone has like a rolled ankle, a broken this,
Guys,
a broken
I
that.
hope you're okay.
Yeah, really.
Finally, Garth Brooks was asked about guest starring in Spinal Tap.
That's
in
weird.
The sequel, which is that sequel starting in February. Here's what Garth had to say.
Can't say anything about it because it's not my deal. If it was my deal, I'd spill my guts, but it's not. So
God,
they swear you to secrecy and to silence. I will tell you this, though. If you think you have laughed before, Jiminy Christmas. First of all, I was in love with Spinal Tap. Love with the original movie. The fact that it's coming back, it's just, it's going to be neat to get to be a part of this because it's history, man.
Did he just say Jiminy Christophers?
Something like that.
Okay.
Jiminy Cricket? What?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy it's coming back too. That's your celebrity sleaze.